Toronto, one of hockey's most scrutinized and passionate hockey cities, wakes up once again with familiar disappointment hanging in the air. The Maple Leafs, despite star power and sky-high expectations, bowed out early in the playoffs after a thumping Game 7 loss to the Florida Panthers. The shock of elimination has morphed into the sobering reality that some of Toronto's most recognizable faces, Mitch Marner and John Tavares, are dangling on the threshold of free agency. As the fan base clamors for answers, a new name has emerged on the radar: Brock Nelson. The $36 million man expected to breathe new life into the Leafs' center depth. NHL insider David Pagnotta is sounding the alarm. Change is not only coming in Toronto, it's overdue. The Brock Nelson solution: playing style, track record, and why Toronto needs him. Let's start with the player predicted to headline Toronto's offseason wish list: Brock Nelson. The veteran center has quietly built a reputation as one of the NHL's most consistent and versatile centers, starring for both the New York Islanders and Colorado Avalanche. Just off a 6-year, $36 million contract, Nelson posted an impressive season in 2023-24. 26 goals, 30 assists, 56 points in 80 games. His strength? Nelson offers size and physicality down the middle, something the Maple Leafs have long lacked beyond Tavares. He's a proven playoff performer, and his north-south game would complement Toronto's current crop of skilled, speedy wingers. David Pagnotta of the fourth period laid out the blueprint. If the Leafs re-signed Tavares, I would not be shocked if they pursued Brock Nelson in free agency to play alongside him, assuming he also hits the market July 4. Toronto, with over $26.8 million in projected cap space, is in a rare position to aggressively reshape its roster. Tavares' future hangs in the balance. Love for Toronto, but is it mutual? The emotional and financial core of Toronto's lineup for the last 7 seasons, John Tavares, is now at a crossroads. After completing a $77 million 7-year contract with the team he calls home, Tavares is, for the first time, unsure if the Maple Leafs will invite him back. Statistically, Tavares was no slouch: 38 goals, 36 assists, 74 points in 75 games last season. But the shadow of playoff shortcomings looms large, and tough questions persist about the team's leadership mix and cap structure. Facing reporters after the Game 7 loss, Tavares didn't hide his feelings. "It's meant everything to me. I loved it. It's been amazing for me and my family." When asked bluntly if he wanted to return, the former captain said simply, "Yes, yet business comes before sentiment in today's NHL." DailyFaceoff.com projects Tavares to receive about $7.9 million per year on his next deal, likely over 3 years. Whether Toronto matches that sentiment and that price tag remains to be seen. The Marner question: is this the summer Toronto lets go? If Tavares' status is in limbo, Mitch Marner's future may be on even thinner ice. Multiple insiders expect the dynamic winger to test free agency, breaking up the core 4 that has defined Toronto's lineup in recent years. Losing Marner would mark the end of an era and further highlight the need for a new second-line driver such as Brock Nelson. For years, Toronto has invested heavily in skill and finesse. Now the script could flip toward two-way versatility and grit, with Nelson representing the new competitive identity Toronto's front office may pursue. Organizational upheaval: Pagnotta predicts changes at the top. Major turnover isn't just expected on the ice. NHL insider David Pagnotta believes that Maple Leafs president Brendan Shanahan could be on his way out before any blockbuster trades or signings materialize. "The first change may come all the way at the top before any moves occur on the ice," he wrote. "The ripple effect could be massive: new vision, new management, and a new direction for a storied but championship-starved franchise." General manager Brad Treliving, meanwhile, holds the keys to Toronto's war chest. With over $26 million in cap space, he has the room. And now, the mandate to be aggressive. Rumors swirl about major trade targets, a deeper roster shakeup, and a possible move away from past loyalties. Nelson's market value and fit: what would he mean for the Leafs? As a free agent, Brock Nelson is expected to command a contract in the $6-7 million range per year. That fits neatly into Toronto's financial window, particularly if Marner departs, and if the Leafs decide not to re-sign other pending free agents. But it's not just the money. Nelson adds playoff experience, a reputation for durability, and a distinct style that could take pressure off Tavares in critical situations. Fans and experts alike see Nelson centering either a powerful second or third line, working in tandem with remaining stars or driving a new look, more balanced attack. The dual threat of size and skill would allow Toronto to match up better with teams like the Florida Panthers, who have overpowered them in recent postseasons. Looking ahead, what does the next Leafs team look like? If change truly is coming, what does a new-look Maple Leaf squad look like next season? At center, Tavares, if re-signed, and Nelson form a formidable duo, both experienced, both motivated, and each with the ability to anchor different lines. The potential loss of Marner means more ice time and responsibility for emerging forwards, while Toronto's deep cap space allows the front office to get creative through free agency and trades. A leadership shift at the executive level, combined with a culture reboot in the dressing room, could spell the kind of reset Leafs fans have waited for decades. Of course, none of these moves guarantee playoff glory. Toronto's hunger for a Stanley Cup grows only more desperate every spring. But with credible reports linking Nelson to the Leafs, and with cornerstone decisions looming on Tavares and Marner, this offseason could finally deliver the bold changes the city has demanded. Change is coming. Is it enough to deliver a cup? At last, Toronto is at the dawn of a pivotal offseason, one that could either signal a transformational reboot or the start of yet another frustrating cycle. Will Brock Nelson be the catalyst for improved depth and playoff mettle? Does Tavares return for another last run in blue and white? Or do the Leafs write a brand new chapter without their longtime stars? Now, I want to hear from you. If you think Toronto is taking the right steps toward a true reset, hit that like button and sound off in the comments. Should the Leafs sign Nelson and keep Tavares? Or is it time to fully embrace change and build from the ground up? Let's debate what's next for one of hockey's most fascinating and pressure-packed franchises. I'm Fabiano, and as the Leafs' future unfolds, you'll find every insight, rumor, and reaction right here. Stick with us for more can't miss NHL coverage all offseason long.